What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sean. I'm a driver here with Rosedale Transport, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you the worst things that a truck driver can do. So make sure you stick all the way to the end of this video, and we're going to get into it, okay? All right, first off, now, there's a lot of things truck drivers shouldn't do, so let me go ahead and tell you that up front. There's a million things that you shouldn't do. So this list, I did a little research, and I was looking at the worst things that you could do. And these are in no particular order that I'm gonna go over, but these things that you should definitely never do, okay? Let's get into it. Number one, you should never drive under the influence of alcohol or driving drugs. You say, well, Sean, I don't drink and drive. Listen, there's a lot of truck drivers out there who think they can just have a couple sips. It is different. When you're driving a commercial vehicle, your blood alcohol level don't have to be that much to get a DUI. Another driver, this is a true story. There was a driver, okay, he smoked a little weed on his vacation. No vacation, he wasn't driving a truck, but he was on vacation and he smoked some weed. 2 weeks later, he gets back in his truck. Okay, it was legal where he smoked it. He smoked in Colorado on vacation. It was legal when he smoked it. He didn't do nothing illegal. He gets back in the truck. 2 weeks later, he was going through a big town. Some people slammed on the brakes. He was going a little too fast. He couldn't stop. He ran into him, killed him. He went to court. They gave him 47 years in prison for driving under influence. He can fight all day long and said he wasn't driving, but when they did this blood test, THC was in his system for marijuana, and it's illegal to drive a truck under the influence. Now, he can say all day long it was 2 weeks ago, and it might have been. There's no way we can tell, but he's still spending 47 years in prison over it. Now, you think about that for a minute. Is his wife gonna wait on him 47 years? You know, my wife might wait on me if I defended her and had to kill somebody that was bringing the house. I'm sure she'd wait on me, but 47 years and you're out doing something stupid? It's not good, drivers, not good at all. So I don't recommend doing it. That is the number one thing. Like I said, there's a lot of things that interrupt, but that is one thing right there that will kill your career quicker than you can think of. So make sure you're not doing any drinking, make sure you're not doing any smoking or any of that good stuff. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I gotta make sure I cover my mouth too. That's another thing. You need to use hand sanitizer. It ain't on my list, but hand sanitizer right here. A lot of nasty colds out here, so walking around without washing your hands, well, there you go. That's gonna be an issue too. All right, number two is gonna be speeding. Excessive speeding, just trying to get somewhere way too fast, it's an issue. You gotta make sure that you're slowing down when you're driving and you're just not going too fast. Because going too fast, you're gonna be a little careless. Your reaction time is gonna be slower. You got to increase your stopping distance. There's so many things that speeding can get you in trouble. You can't stop as fast. In the wintertime, I call it take five. You want to slow down before in the snow and the rain. And if it's 55 miles an hour, go 50. If it's 65, go 60. Go 5 miles below. Do not go too fast. That is one of the worst things that you can do is driving a truck, because it'll cause you to have an accident just like that. Slow it down. Go slow, driver. Be smooth. Running so fast is going to get you in a lot of trouble, and it's going to cost you license. So make sure you slow down, okay, drivers? All right, number three on my list is distracted driving. That's something that we all guilty of, but it can cost you your license, it can cost you life, it can cost somebody else's life. Distracted driving. Okay, one driver, his logs were good. He didn't smoke any no wacky weed. He wasn't drinking no drinking drink. He was a good driver, okay? He's had over 6 years experience. It's a true story. You can look this up. I think it's like 7 seconds to lose your life or something like that. I forgot the exact video, but it's a true story. You can look it up on Google or YouTube. It's 7-second distraction or something like that. But anyway, he's driving. His wife texted him, soon-to-be wife at the time, texted him at the house. But they were about to buy. He looks down at the phone, looks up like this. He's got a daytime camera in there. That's how we know this happened. He's looking at it. And then all of a sudden, he took his eyes off the road for 7 seconds. It's a long time, 7 seconds. There was a man stopped, was out getting groceries for his wife. Ran into him, killed him. Now, he didn't have to do 47 years, but he did 7 years. 7 years. All he did was take his eyes off of it. But they still charged him for distracted driving, vehicle homicide. 7 years of his life. So think about that every time you look at your phone. Think about that every time you glance down and you look at it, or every time you get something to eat. Think about you could be losing your life or someone else's, okay? The next thing is going to be violating your hours of service. You say, oh, come on, Sean, don't give me that crap. I ain't the worst thing. Everybody, look, we've all violated our hours. I get it. I understand that. But we've also all been lucky, too. The hours of service are for a reason. Now, screw them hours of services. If you're tired, you pull over. I know when I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I pull over. And all my trainees through my whole time driving, everybody I've ever trained, if they're watching this video, let me know in the comments. They'll tell you. I always say, don't drive sleepy. Don't drive sleepy. Don't drive sleepy. I say it over and over and over again because distracted drive or sleepy driving is just the same as DUI driving. You drive sleepy, your reaction time is slower. You can't stop as fast. These things are real happenings here. Make sure you're taking it slow. Make sure you're not drinking and driving. Make sure your logs are right. Make sure you're not distracted, okay? Next is going to be number 5 is neglecting the vehicle maintenance. All right, we're back at that again, Sean. You're talking about old pre-trip, post-trip. Yes, drivers, yes. Because every time you do that pre-trip, you might not find nothing today. You might not find the next day. But the one day you don't check, it could be a wheel fall off. Your brakes could go out. Kill somebody. Door could fly open and knock them out of a motorcycle. I don't know. A lot of things can happen. A lot of bad things. That's why we got to do our pre-trips. Now, the goal is to narrow it down, okay? Let's say you did a pre-trip once every 30 days. Then they've got 30 days to get you. And you've got a 30-day window of hurting somebody. Now, if you did it once a week, now the window of opportunity is a lot less. You do it 2 days, 1 day. Now they've got to get you within that 1 day period, or you're increasing the odds of something bad happening. So do it in the morning, do it in the evening. Every time you stop, just do a quick walk around. Make sure everything looks all right. Make sure nothing's hanging, nothing's falling off. You're responsible. You're a responsible driver out there. That's the worst thing we can do is not do our pre-trips. Now, I get it. Sometimes it's raining, so we don't do it. Are we supposed to? Yes. And your life or somebody else's life maybe at risk because of that. So think about that every morning when you don't want to get up and do a pre-trip. Think about whose life you could be, hurting. All right, number 6 is going to be ignoring traffic signs, ignoring, road signs, disregarding what the traffic signals are saying, trying to cut through that yellow light real fast. Man, you increase the risk of accidents by just not following. No trucks in the left lane, no trucks in the right lane. Sometimes they'll tell you to be in the left lane. Sometimes they slow you down to 25. Sometimes it's back up to 65. The speed limit signs, turns going around real fast, sharp curve ahead. Pay attention. It's your job as a driver to pay attention and read these signs. That's the worst thing we can do is just not pay attention to them signs. That's also on my list. All right, so next on my list is going to be overloading the truck. You say, come on, Sean. Don't give me that bull crap about the truck being overloaded. Okay, the reason they have overloaded on your axles and overloaded on your truck is because, one, it's wear and tear on the road, but also it can mess your brakes up. Loads can shift. Things can happen if you're too heavy on the front, too heavy on the back. There's a reason why they have these, so make sure you're scaling your loads out. Also, make sure when you're doing your load that you're opening the trailer. You want to open this back trailer up, look inside it. Now that one's empty, but most of these right here are empty. But you want to make sure you're looking in the back of these trailers and trying to see what the load is and to see if how it's loaded. Does it have load locks on it? Is it all loaded on one side? When you leave, driver, and I know this for a fact because a couple drivers have had rollover accidents where they left the shipper and it happened. Guess who they blame? You, the driver. So make sure you're looking in the back of those trailers. If you can't and it's sealed, that's a whole other legal issue, but make sure you're checking that out, drivers. Hey, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope it helped you out. If it did, hit that like button. It's Trucking Life with Sean. I appreciate you watching. Hey, if you're looking for a great company, you need to come to Rosedale Transport. Number 706-226-1003. Ask for Tina. Right now, I'm working as a fleet administrator on the yard, so if you come here, I'll take you out to eat. I'd like to meet you before I get back on the road. I might be back driving here soon, but for right now, I'm here on the yard. I had some issues with the family, but meanwhile, I am here, and I'd love to meet you. So make sure you ask for me whenever you get here. I'll see you next time. It's Trucking Life with Sean. Let's get it.